Lester knows about 30,000 words,
Sure.
but a few of his 30,000 get overused.
Fine. Yeah. Great.
Les usually gets by.
Far out. Weird, man. Isn't this something?
We all do.
Right on. Fantastic.
But sometimes just getting by isn't sufficient.
Sufficient?
It isn't enough. Now, this is Fred. On the other end of the line, Les is trying to get Fred interested in his cousin, Carol. How's he describing her?
She's sharp. Okay. A good kid. You know, far out. Nice.
Les's attempts are going from awful to implausible.
Implausible?
Fred's not buying. Les just hasn't made Carol seem like the sort of girl Fred wants to know. Poor Les. His words aren't describing Carol adequately.
Adequately?
Not her appearance or personality. Actually, she's quite personable.
Personable?
And pert.
Pert?
Just the sort of girl Fred likes. She'd like Fred, too. So how about it, Les? You think you can be effective?
Effective?
Like the film says in your communication? Now, you may not want to use a thesaurus to help you describe someone, but it's a useful source of words. Lively seems like a good beginning. Cheerfulness. Liveliness. Fred seems a bit more interested this time. Les's better chosen words have done it, those little devils. Better words made a significant difference.
Significant?
Now, we can't expect Les's one success to change his habits very much, but hopefully he might be tempted to apply similar techniques, perhaps to his schoolwork, like that composition he just started.
Saturday, I went to the drag strip and had fun. There were lots of people. The cars going down the track were very loud. It was exciting. The words don't help it sound exciting. The cars, long and low. The AA class called diggers. Maybe I ought to tell more about the diggers. And the other cars. Should I use words that describe how they sound? And look? The colors? And smells? Yeah.
A better choice of more descriptive,
Descriptive?
colorful words might help the event be recreated.
Recreated?
Just as Les experienced it.
The crowd could be involved, excited, tense, expectant. Screeching tires? Sure. Choking. Clouds of smoke. How about growling engines? Or heart-stopping skids? Madness? Low-slung beauties? Raw fumes? Yeah, I'd like that. Sudden excitement. Nerves on edge. Blurring to a distant speck? Why not? The jagged edge of excitement that shreds your nerves. Metal smooth reflexes that pilot screaming steel. I think I've got it.
I think he's got it. Words that add details add interest. If descriptions are bland, well-chosen words can help them become more exciting. But words can also have connotations.
Connotations?
These are secondary meanings, and Les isn't onto that yet. Are you, Les? Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Home? A good feeling.
Connotations add feelings beyond a word's meaning. Good feelings and bad feelings. A man received a letter from Les last week that was full of negative associations.
I recently purchased one of your cheap...
Cheap? They're just inexpensive.
...radios. And I want you to know how disgusted
Disgusted? Who does he think?
I am. It's really junk.
Junk? My company's radios? Why, they're the finest.
I wouldn't have bought it if your salesman hadn't been pushy.
Pushy? They're on their toes. I'm getting mad.
If Lester had been more tactful in his choice of words, the man might not have become so irate.
Tactful? Irate?
Connotations.
Connotations.
They're crucial,
Crucial?
especially when you're after effective communication. If Les really hadn't meant to imply any of those secondary meanings, he might have chosen words with connotations that weren't so negative.
Inexpensive, not cheap. Disappointed, not disgusted. Useless, not junk. Insistent, not pushy. Hey, connotations can make a difference.
If Les had thought about it a bit, he'd see that words often carry feelings with their meanings. It's all right to overindulge, and maybe to overeat, as long as you don't make a pig of yourself. Which smells better, garbage or rubbish? Does calling this a memorial park instead of a cemetery change its purpose? Euphemisms.
Euphemisms?
Words we substitute for other words that might sound unpleasant. A sneaky spy stealing secrets? No. An undercover agent doing security reconnaissance. But it's usually best to say what you mean.
You know, in painting class, Fred made me mad when he said my masterpiece was sloppy. Sloppy. Fred could have said, well, that I have a very relaxed style. Sure, that would have been kinder. But Fred did say what he meant. He chose that word carefully. Some friend. I wish he'd been as careful when he told me his cousin Charlie was a real character. I found out what he really meant. What a pig. No, I mean he overindulges. No, he's a pig. I don't need a euphemism.
Sometimes euphemisms just get silly. Please stand by. Technical difficulties are interfering with video transmission.
What a way to say they probably blew a tube.
A better choice of words means picking the right words at the right time. For instance, it was all right for Les to write something funny in Fred's yearbook.
Noses are red, bruises are blue. Forget about me, and I'll forget about you.
But not in his term paper in history.
England saw red. France felt blue. So Queen Anne's War started in 1702.
We make better choices of words when we use them appropriately.
Appropriately?
The words Les uses with a cousin may not be the same kind he'll use with a girlfriend. Les may well pick up new words in conversations. Commonplace.
Commonplace?
Unremarkable.
Unremarkable?
Words that just about everyone else knows, but he doesn't. That's when the dictionary helps you expand your vocabulary. The more words you know, the better choices you can make for effective communication. Meanings are clearer. You can arouse more interest. You can achieve your purpose in using words. Les has come a long way.
Implausible.
Hopefully, he can continue making better choices of words so that his words can do the jobs they were meant to do.
Descriptive.
And then,
recreated.
oh, what wonders he'll be able to achieve with those marvelous words at his command.
Irate. First, I'm going to tell off that, and then I'm going to finally explain why, and then I'm going to successfully argue for, and then...